Hey everyone, Mr. Rovic here. Going to do a quick review of your EVF form because they can be a little complicated, especially the first time you're filling out. This can be found in the Google Classroom. On there, it is a fillable PDF, so you can type in most of the stuff if you like, or you can print it out and handwrite it in. The two ways to turn it in is if you're going to submit electronically, that is done through the Google Classroom in the assignment, or if you want to, you can print it out and put it in the box outside my office. And remember, when you turn them into me, you're not done. I will submit them back to you, typically via email, and then it's your job to submit it to the college. So I'm going to zoom in here. Sorry, that's zooming out, and go through the form quickly. This is your basic information here: your name, your email, what high school, your East Valley High School, you're in East Valley District. Put in your student ID numbers. If you don't know them, don't panic. You can leave them blank. You do need to put in your college, your SSC, SFCC, SCC, or Eastern Washington. You should all be picking the quarter system because you're all in the quarter system. This one's for the fall. Make sure you put the right quarter down. When I scroll over here, this is my section. You don't need to fill it out. There is a question about free and reduced lunch eligibility. I will check for that because while Running Start is free classes, that's free tuition, not free fees. So if you're not free and reduced lunch eligible, you have to pay some fees. Some students ask, well, don't we all get lunch for free? Yes, you do, but that doesn't mean you're free and reduced lunch eligible. So you could ask your parents if you are. If you're not and you think you should be, there are some forms here we can fill out. They could save you a little money. Now, down to the next part. Oh, and this one question here about not pursuing your diploma, that does not apply to most of you. It's mostly for homeschool students who are just getting Running Start classes done. Now, to scroll down a bit to this section here, I'm on the classes. This is where you put the proposed college classes you're going to take and the high school equivalency. I put college credits here. Don't overthink that. If you don't know, don't worry. You can leave that blank. I do want you to put down the classes you plan to take and their equivalency. So in this case, someone is going to take English 101. That counts as junior English. Perfect. Now, here's some differences. This person put here, history 136 or 137. Some people might think that's wrong. No, that's telling me like I'm considering these two classes and why, because they both count for U.S. history, and I know that. Cool. It doesn't have to be exact. This is more of like your plan, and your plan can change. Then the next one, you notice science for business. Well, that's not very specific. It is not very specific. But maybe they had a talk with me or their advisor, and they're going to go look at 5 of the classes. That's fine. I can sign this knowing that you're planning to take a science class. It's not going to count for science, but it's going to count for an elective, and that's not exact either. Just pick what you think. And then you're going to go back and when you register, pick a science classes. These classes here don't mean you have to register for them, but you should. But if you get to history 136 and it's full, you'll do history 137. If you don't decide to take a science class in something else, that's okay, but you just need to make sure it's in your plan. So that's what you do there. Next section, I fill out. This is where we determine how many credits you can take. I did misinform a few students earlier. You can't, so each class here is worth 250 minutes. And if you look at this chart over here, so let's say you're taking 2 classes, that would be 500 minutes. 500 minutes falls into this 392 to 507. That means you have a certain amount of FTT, but the most important part here is you can take this 15 credits. So I will fill in, you can take 15 credits. So that means if you're taking 2 classes at the high school, the most you can take at the college and have it paid for by Running Start is 3 credits. So again, depending how many classes you take here, it's going to change the number of credits you're going to take. Then I sign, I print my name and do that, and then I get it back to you. The college will do this part when they get it. If you're at EW, just so you know, you will fill this out with your advisor there. So you could ignore this video technically if you want, but they will find that. You as the student need to sign, you as the parent need to sign. Then I get it, and you can send it to me before your signature is on there. I'm okay with that too. You parent can sign it after, but no, when you turn it into the college, after I send it back to you, it needs to have my signature, your parent's signature, your signature, and the most important thing they're usually looking for is this part here, the number of credits and stuff you could take. Hopefully you found that helpful. Again, please submit them through the Google Classroom or on my door. If you have questions, you can shoot me an email or request a meeting with me with the link in the Google Classroom. Thank you.